Hey, and welcome back to another episode of You Love Comic Books. This is episode 76, a YouTube show where I showcase my recent comic hauls, comic speculations, and stuff from my collection. So, I have an amazing haul for you guys today. It is something I've been building up. My past couple of videos have been a convention I went to. You should check those out. Found lots of amazing books there. One of them was 55 books that I found for just $13. There were some amazing keys in there. And just some great run filler and first issues and hard to find books. So check that video out. That's my last video. You'll see a link for it in the end. So, but watch, you know what, you're here, let's watch this one. So this is an awesome haul I've been working on. And I have another haul too that will be up later this week. That's another convention I went to. So keep your eyes out for that one. Now, if you like comic hauls, comic speculations, and stuff from people's collections, etc., why not smash that subscribe button? Become part of the You Love Comic Books conversation. If you like what you see, smash that like button. And if you have any questions on anything you see, or just want to say hi or what's up or whatever, leave a comment. Those all help with the YouTube algorithm. I really appreciate it. Also, before I go deep into the haul, I want you to check out the links in the captions of my videos for my Instagram, You Love Comic Books. I have almost 2,000 followers on there. Check it out. I showcase my comics, comic hauls, etc. on there. And then check out my eBay for comics, toys, video games, etc. Lots of stuff on there. I do volume pricing, and everything I ship, almost all comics I ship, will be sent in a Gemini mailer. So, all right, on to the haul. So to start with, I got it's not a comic, it's a toy. It's Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1, Spider-Punk, Marvel Legends. I couldn't pass this one up. This is the hardest figure to get out of this group, actually. Personally, it's the only one I want, but I see this one a lot. I bet you with the movie coming out, he'll probably be harder to get. I've been seeing Spider-Gwen and Peter B. Parker and Spot. I've never seen Jessica Drew in the store, and I might have saw Miles once. I saw the movie. I thought it was awesome. I got to see an early screening, so that was pretty cool. So I knew in advance. What characters were not going to appear. I got a little edge in the speculation game because of that. But I'm not going to spoil the movie. I can guarantee you one thing. Spider-Punk is in it. So yeah, happy to get this figure. On to the comic haul. Darth Vader, black and white and red, number 2, the variant cover. I don't know, I really had no intention of buying the full series, but, my comic store threw one in. There was nothing else out this week, and I was glad they gave me the variant cover, because I liked it better than the actual regular cover, so that's fine. I don't know if I'll get the rest. Darth Vader, number 34, it was fine. Saga 64, always a pleasure to read this series. It's always well done. I enjoy it. Hulk Annual 1, great cover, great Gary Frank Hulk cover. Terrible comic. I usually don't buy annuals. I'm a sucker. I got suckered in. Again, I think it was like a slow week. It was probably like my only new book that week. I don't really buy a lot of new books, so it's kind of like, I think if I had like 4 of the books, this one probably would not have made it home. But again, great Gary Frank Hulk head cover, but the comic was just a complete waste of time. And the preview for the new Hulk series is, I don't know what to think of it. Maybe I'll probably pick up the first issue, because I'm a sucker for number 1s when it comes to the characters I like. But, man, I don't know. Hulk is not... This is gonna... I bet you this will be a little controversial. But Hulk has not really been that good since the Peter David run ended in the 90s. All right. Miracle Man number 5. I didn't finish this, but I've been enjoying it. I picked this one up because I just wanted to get a Disney cover, and they had it available. And I also was dumb and didn't realize that this is not the Miss Marvel death issue. I thought I got the cool variant with that. But what's funny about this, you see this and you say New Avengers #1, and you're like, clearly it's a New Avengers #1, or it's a variant of an Avengers book, but it's not. I don't understand the editors at Marvel, why they make these decisions. It's Amazing Spider-Man 25. And on the back it says, Disney 100, what if Mickey and friends became the newest Avengers? And it's like, how does this not confuse people? Now, I know these are usually not on the stands as much, but like, why not just do like a Disney Spider-Man cover? I don't know. Whatever. I'm not the editor at Marvel, so it's beyond my pay grade. But thought it was cool. Amazing Spider-Man 26. This is the, I forgot the name of this artist. I don't see his signature on here. This is the infamous Miss Marvel death issue. I don't know. I'm a sucker for like hype sometimes. It was there. I figured might as well just grab it. I don't think this is like getting anywhere near like Spider-Boy levels. I don't think anyone cares, because I think people like I don't know. Miss Marvel's like Kamala Khan's character is like, I haven't been reading the Amazing Spider-Man series recently, and I've heard it's not very good. A lot of people are like saying it's like one of the worst storylines ever. But I don't know if Miss Marvel was even in the series. I feel like she just shows up in this and then she gets killed, and I don't believe that this is it. I don't believe that she's gonna be like, she'll be back, because there's a movie coming out at the end of the year, The Marvels, and she's one of the main three stars. So yeah, I think the rumor is that they're gonna change her into a mutant or something, so it's more like the movies. All right, this one I got for $1 in the dollar bin. Edge of Spider-Verse #4 variant edition, Spinstress. Figured why not. This was pretty cool. I was kind of shocked this was only $1. Frank Miller, John Romita Jr., Superman, Year One. This is the Black Label. This probably came out like 4 years ago or something. I didn't pick it up. I didn't want to. I think these go for like $10 new, if not more. But I figured for $1 and it's in like mint condition, why not? There's a new Superman movie coming out. They even mention one little thing. There's even one little reference to this book. This book will fly. Literally, like Superman. All right, let's get into the haul now. The real haul. Black Panther #3. I made a trade with a buddy. He wanted an action figure that I had, and I had something comparable in cost. He was only charging $25, and I couldn't pass it up. I figured, why not? I don't think I would have ever dropped $25 on this book. So this is the first appearance of Tosin. Tosin was introduced in the movies. He's a little spoilers for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. You've probably seen it, but if you don't want to know any spoilers in Black Panther Wakanda Forever, fast forward about 20 seconds. So at the end of Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Tosin is introduced, and you find out that it's Black Panther's son, the character who died before the movie was made. So he's a little kid, but it seems like, obviously with like Kang and everything going on, and that they're dealing with like futures and alternate realities, we will probably see an adult version of this character, and he will become the Black Panther. Maybe, or will be a Black Panther. I liked Shuri. I thought she was great as the Black Panther in it. But happy to get this. This book was going for crazy money. Like when it came out, I saw people dropping like $300, and I think that was on like Raw. I'm not even talking like graded books, like raw books. Like they were dropping like crazy money. Now this calmed down. I will say though, even that he was charging like $25 for it, like I said, but I didn't pay for it because it was a trade. But what's on, like, it still can go for like $40-50. But happy to have this. All right, this is from a store I always like to shop at. It's kind of more of like a toy store that has comics. I always find some gems there. Punisher Kills the Marvel Universe, book 1 of 1. This is the first print of this. This was like a monster hit when it came out. I have the second print. You couldn't even get this one. Now, I paid $9.99 for this. I've always wanted it. I was like, you know what? I didn't buy anything else that day there. I couldn't find anything, and I was like, I gotta leave with something. And I'm glad I left with this, because This still can fetch like $50. Like I saw like last sales and stuff. So $9.99 for this, and this is like a mint condition copy of this book. Uh, that's a good get. So happy to get this. Okay, Transformers the movie number 3. The price is still on there, $6.99. This is a near mint condition. That's a really good price for this book. Happy to grab that. Here's another awesome. And now expect this book to rise. It depends. There's a new Transformers movie coming out, and if it's good, now I know that Transformer movies and good usually don't go together. I liked Bumblebee. I thought that was a good, fresh, like, reboot of the series or whatever. And this kind of, the new movie that's coming out in like a week or two continues on from that. And it's like Rise of the Beast or something. But Unicron is in the trailer. Spoilers on a trailer. Unicron is the villain. You see the planet, the actual big, all detailed, movied out, the planet that becomes that Unicron turns into. And so expect early Unicron appearances to go up. This is the first real cover appearance of Unicron. This is this is another one I'm going to show you. I'm glad I grabbed these. These were first 3 issues were only $1.99. G.I. Joe and Transformers number 4. And these are like really nice condition copies. Like these are like near mint. And whenever I see these books usually, they are never $1.99. They're usually like $5 or $10 and they're never in good condition. G.I. Joe Transformers number 3. Number 4. Again, these were $1.99. And then this was the expensive one. $5.99, which I still think is an amazing price on this book. There's rumors, I mean, I don't know. If I were Hasbro, which I'm not, I'm a person, I would have G.I. Joe appear in a Transformers movie. Because it seems like, there was those 2 G.I. Joe movies from like the early 2000s. They weren't very good. They were kind of corny. I don't know. They didn't do it right. And then there was another one that came out a couple years ago, G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra or something like that. G.I. Joe Snake Eyes. And so I didn't even watch it. I tried watching the first 5 minutes. All I heard was bad things about it. It did not do well. It was supposed to relaunch the G.I. Joe franchise. If I were them, what I would do is that I would have G.I. Joe cameo or appear in a Transformers movie and have him piggyback off of that. And then you could really get the G.I. Joe feel from the cartoon and everything, and maybe even do a G.I. Joe versus Transformers movie. I think that would be wild. So I'm glad there's a lot of hype behind these books I just showed you. I'm glad I grabbed them. I always thought I had number 1. I don't know what happened to it. But I'm going to hold on to these for a while. I'm going to send my kid to college with this. Got these for half off at this store. They have a half off bin. I always check it because they're always putting new stuff in. Tower of Shadows number 1. So I think this was 12, so I got this one for 6. It's a decent copy. I'd say like a fine plus of a 15 cents number 1 horror reprint book from Marvel. This is like either 69 or 70. It's got an awesome Ramita cover. So whenever like the comic code started to loosen up, that's when like in the 70s you saw Dracula and the werewolf. Like you couldn't do that. That's why all of a sudden if you look in like the late 60s, early 70s in Marvel and even DC, there's a deluge of horror monster characters because they finally were able to do it again. And that's why you got old, like you see in the early 70s, even like Ghost Rider is inspired by that, Hellraiser, Santana, not Hellraiser. What's his name? Damien Hellstorm. Hellraiser. No. Yeah, Marvel put out Pinhead in the early 70s. So happy to grab that. This was pretty good get too. Happy to grab this one. This one was like $4.50, so it was $9. I got it for $4.50. Richard Dragon, Kung Fu Fighter, a good, solid. I would say it's like a really nice mid-grade. The only bad thing is just a little bit of color breaking here, but overall, still really good. This is Richard Dragon was kind of like Marvel's answer to like Iron Fist and Shang-Chi and everything like that. And who knows what will with James Gunn jumping in and taking over DC and all the different things that are coming out, if the writer's strike ever ends. Um, it would not shock me if we saw Richard Dragon Kung Fu Fighter in this show up. And so I'm not 100% sure. I have to look it up if this is technically his first appearance. If it is, that's great. So happy to grab that. Happy to get it for 450. Happy to get a really nice copy for it. And every time I see it, it's usually like $10 or $15. This one's awesome. I'm just glad I grabbed it. It was $3.99. Again, half off. So originally it was $8. This is Showcase presents Born to Trouble Johnny Double number 78. This is Showcase is basically DC's like answer to Marvel Premiere and Marvel Spotlight and all those. Raven Bold was another. There's a lot of different characters that drop in a Showcase. If you go back to like the late 50s, that's when the Barry Allen Flash, Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, those all premiere in Showcase, I'm pretty sure. And then Brave and Bold, again, that's another series that had like the Teen Titans and Justice League show up in that. So I figured, is Johnny Devil going to show up in the DC movie or series? It's highly unlikely, but if he does, I'm glad I grabbed it because it's a late 60s, mid to late 60s DC comic. It's a nice condition. It's got a little bit of tanning, but I mean, it's still pretty good white for what it is, you know? Who the hell knows? I am sure this book is not easy to get. I've never seen it before. Of course, now that I own this, I'll probably see it all the time. But again, happy to get it. And I looked it up. It could go for like $20 now. So either way, good deal. All right, this is from another store. This is a coffee shop I check out. They have comics sometimes, so I was looking there in their bins, and their prices are all over the map. They either have really good books for like $2, or they have really good books for way above market, fair market value, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what that is. So it's always like a mixed gamble. I usually leave with nothing, but sometimes I find something awesome. Judas Priest #1. My son's big into music and vinyl records and everything like that. So he's not big into comics, but he does enjoy the Rockstar comic. So I always pick those up. This was pretty cool. Mask, official movie adaptation, Mask #2 and #1. I always think it's awesome to grab photo covers at comic adaptations of, let me see if I can, let's hold it like that. This, the Jim Carrey covers, they're in really nice condition. This has a little bend in the back, but it's fine. They were $2 each. And then this was I was kind of shocked to see this. This was in their $2 bin. I don't know. Year of the Villain, Hell Arisen #3. This is the first full appearance of Punchline. Punchline kind of has like a small cameo in Batman '89, but this is the one everyone wants for first appearances when it comes to Punchline. This one's calmed down a bit. The whole Punchline craze was really big in the beginning of the pandemic, because it was like the last, like, a lot of books didn't come out for like a few months. I don't know if you guys remember that. There was distribution issues, and that's when DC left Diamond and everything like that. But right before COVID hit, like, that's when Punchline dropped, like this issue and the Batman one. And they both became very hard to get because people weren't going to comic stores, and they blew up on like eBay and stuff like that. This book was going for like hundreds of dollars. It's calmed down a bit. I looked it up though. It still could command like $50. So I'm glad I grabbed this. I picked up a third print at a convention. You can see that in a previous video from not the last one before. Got that one for a decent price. But this one for just $2, and this thing's like in near mint condition. Like, who knows what's going to happen if this character will ever, I would be shocked if they don't ever do anything with Punchline. She seems to be popular. She's had a one-shot. She piggybacked on the Joker series in the beginning, and I think she has her own series now. We'll see. And and what makes her a desirable character is she is an easy, I don't say easy cosplay, but she doesn't require an insane amount of work for a cosplayer to dress up like her. And that's what makes those characters popular. So I'm sure if you go on to conventions and the big ones, there's probably a bunch of punchlines walking around, just like there are Harley Quinns and stuff. All right, speaking of, got these two for $1.95. Star Trek Starfleet Academy #1. I always try to grab issue ones of Star Treks. I always like getting those. And the Marvel Paramount comics, which I really didn't even remember they were around this time period, 96. So I always try to grab those. And it's in really nice condition. Grab this one too for $1.95. I've always been meaning to get it. Dreadstar #1. I know you see these books always like in dollar bins or like used bookstores or whatever. Dreadstar is, but #1 is always the harder one to get. It does command normally like 8 to 10 bucks on average. Probably not more than that. So to get it for just $1.95 and it's in really nice condition, happy to grab it. All right, last section of the haul. And there's some awesome stuff in here. Now before I get to it, here, I'll put this one out as a little, to wet your whistle. Smash that like button. Hit that subscription button. Become part of the You Love Comic Books conversation. You have any questions what you see? Leave a comment. Check out the links in my videos for my Instagram, You Love Comic Books. And check out the links for my eBay for comics, toys, video games, etc. All right. This is from another store. Again, I've been buying books, a lot of books from like not typical comic stores. I've been just finding things in there, places that, my goal is as a collector is to get books. I want to support the stores. I want to do all that. I want to be, and I have supported the stores very well over the many years I've bought comics. But my goal is to try to get all the books I want to get at the lowest price possible. I'm not going to spend $50 on this. I'm never going to do that. It's not something I want it, but I don't want to spend 50 bucks. I always said to my head, I will find it someday in a bin or something. It's a new book. It will pop up. And it did. Now, will I find Ultimate Fallout #4 in a bin? I doubt it, but who knows? That's why I always look in the odder places than the less usual places. So this store, Good Asian #1, got this one for $1. It's a very fine condition. It does have a little minor spine ticks. This book picked up a bit because they announced like a series or a movie. It's also, I think, I haven't read it, but from what I heard, people like it and it's been well received. And I'm not 100% positive if this series has continued since this issue came out, but happy to get it for just $1. It goes for about $15 now. Star Wars Jedi Academy Leviathan #1 of 4. Got this one for $1.95. It's in really nice condition. Any Dark Horse Star Wars books, I will definitely buy like the #1 issue, especially the later years, like post this. Now this one I think only came out in like 98. Let me see this real quick. Now, again, and the way things, so this came out in 1998. Man, I didn't even know about this book. I must have slept when that came out, because I was buying a lot of Dark Horse comics at that time. Well, Star Wars, at least. Maybe it just, I thought at the time, like, Jedi Academy, what is this crap? Now, I'm glad I grabbed it. I don't know if this is the first Jedi Academy comic, but just like with Tales of the Jedi, that blew up because Star Wars, Disney Plus put out that series, and they're going to do another season of it, of the Tales of the Jedi. It's not really based on the comic, but because the title is Tales of the Jedi, it shot up to like 20 bucks. So happy to grab that. This one's kind of cool too. Dark Times #1, Star Wars. This is, does take place after Episode 3, in between Episode 3 and A New Hope. Then I couldn't believe these were as cheap as they were. Every time I ever see these in stores, they're always expensive. Star Wars Old Republic. Now, it's weird. I don't understand the pricing, but I'm not going to complain. This one was $5.95. And then they didn't have #2, but they had #1. And this one was only $1.95. Now, it's got a couple minor spine ticks. They call them pressable defects. They don't really break the color. Like, if I got them pressed, most of these would just fade away. But again, it's still like a very fine copy, just for $1.95. And I also had a $5 off coupon. So this one, glad I get that. This one's pretty cool too. Rocket Raccoon is issue 1. This is the Hastings Kid Robot Rocket Raccoon Labbit. I don't know what this is. Frank Kozik cover. Happy to grab it. Frank Kozik unfortunately passed away a couple weeks ago, I think. He's famous. He's a very famous artist for like gig posters, album covers. He did like the really famous Nirvana posters, really famous Melvins cover. He did a lot of vinyl figures from what I remember. So big loss in the art community. Happy to grab this one. Again, it was only $1.95, and I was like, I don't think I even own anything from Kozik, so this is kind of cool. I think his stuff's usually a lot more expensive than that. All right, this is pretty awesome. Daredevil 182. Got this one. This one was priced at $3.95. This one is in excellent condition. Kind of weird though. You ever notice some of the older books from the 80s, especially if they had like white covers, sometimes the back print would come through. If anyone watching this can explain to me why that happens, is that bringing the grade down of the book? Does it make it less valuable, or is it just something that happens? Because it's in really nice condition. Like, there's no tanning. It's like, I would say this is definitely a near mint copy, but I don't know, for some reason some books, I mean, the paper's like thin or something. So the key significance of this book is it is the issue after the death of Elektra, but it's also the first Punisher in Daredevil. Now, the big book that's been kind of blowing up lately is Daredevil 183, and that's that awesome Daredevil Punisher cover. But this one has Punisher in it. I don't know if people are sleeping on it. I'm shocked it hasn't picked up a bit, but happy to grab that. And then they had this one. They did not have 183, but that's okay because I have a copy. If you watch my videos, I have showcased it on there. But happy to grab this one. This was also only $3.99. And again, really nice condition, like a almost near mint, if not near mint. Daredevil 184, again, another Punisher appearance. This iconic cover of Daredevil with his gun out. This book, on average, anytime I see it in decent condition, it's always at least $19.90, like $20 basically. So happy to get that for just $3.99. This one was $9.99. I figured I'm going to grab another one, especially since I had that coupon. I was like, I'm just going to grab one. I already got one. Again, if you watch my videos, I showcased that. I got one for an eBay purchase. A decent one for like $18. This one was $9.99. Happy to grab it. I would say the other one I have is probably a little better condition, but this is still really nice. This book blew up. The key significance of this, it is the first part of the Born Again saga, which is what the Daredevil series that's supposed to come out next year. Hopefully it's not delayed because of the writer's strike. They might have already started filming, so we'll see. Hopefully that doesn't get delayed. But that's supposed to come out next year, the Daredevil series, and it's supposed to be called Born Again. So, pretty cool. All right, happy to grab this. This was $1.95. Spectacular Spider-Man 220. I mean, I can't even read this. What does it say? 29. It looks like a 28. This is a really bad storyline, the Clone Saga, that never ended. It went on forever, but I grabbed it because I love getting the cheesiest of cheesy 90s gimmick covers from that time period for, really cheap price when there's also in really good condition. So this is this awesome acetate cover. Look at that. Funny, when this came out, this was $3.95. That was the thing that ruined, I think, comics in general around that time period. Because you gotta remember, this is like, what year is this? I can't even get back in the bag. You know what? I'm gonna leave it for now. This came out, what year did this come out? Sorry, guys, 1 second. This haul's almost over, but I got some awesome stuff. 1995. $3.95 for a book from 1995 was a lot. It was double-sized. But, man, let me tell you, if this book came out today with this gimmick on here, they'd be charging like $20 for it. All right, Couldn't pass these up. One was $1.95, the other one was $2.95. I don't understand why. They're both in like the same condition. They're both direct copies, and it's not because one's a newsstand. But whatever, they're both. That's still a great price for this book. Spider-Man number 8, The Web of Spider-Man number 18. Where is Spider-Man? The key significance of this book is this is the retcon first cameo appearance of Eddie Brock. Now, in this comic, in the end of the issue, Peter Parker gets pushed by a mysterious, shadowy hand, knocks Peter Parker into a subway, turns onto the train tracks on the subway. And he gets out, of course he's Spider-Man, he's got quick reflexes and all that. And he says, I didn't even sense that. And so this is from 1986, so this predates Venom by 2 years. They had another plan for this. It was not going to be Venom. It was just a storyline that ended up going nowhere. But because they retconned this in Amazing Spider-Man, around 383 or whatever it was, basically revealing that it was Eddie Brock that pushed him into the train tracks. So this book has become a somewhat of a first cameo appearance of Eddie Brock, who becomes Venom. So this book, on average, still in good condition, could grab 10, 15, 20 bucks. So happy to grab those too. I think, when Venom comes back, or the black suit comes back, or whatever, in the MCU or whatever, this book will blow up just like any other important Venom title. Happy to grab this. Web of Spider-Man, number 20. It's just one of those awesome border covers. I don't think I ever had this one. And it was only $2. On average, I see this one usually goes for 10. And it's just a really cool, it's one of the cooler border covers, just because that classic, it's like the flashlight or whatever, the Spider-Man signal. So pretty awesome there. Okay, almost done. Web of Spider-Man 36. First appearance of Tombstone. Couldn't pass it up. They had it for $5.95 or $6.95, plus with the coupon I had. I thought that was a great price. I'm going to grab it. This book has picked up a bit. Tombstone is a B-level villain for Spider-Man, but I guess the big hype was that he was going to be the villain in that El Muerte or whatever movie they were going to make with Bad Bunny. But I think that movie kind of fell apart because they were probably wait, why are we making this? But if he does, and Tombstone's a villain, and the movie's great, I expect this book to blow up. This one was only $2.95. I couldn't believe it. This is in really nice condition. I mean, Todd McFarlane, Amazing Spider-Man, especially in this time period, the first 10 issues after 300, they still command 10 to 20 bucks, even 30 bucks easily. And this is a newsstand. This is, the key significance of this is just that it's the homage to Action Comics cover. I don't think there's any first appearances or in here. I could be wrong. But happy to grab it. I think this is in better. I already have a copy of this from back in the day, which I paid way more for. So I couldn't believe I got it for just $2.95. And then this one, I couldn't believe it was only $2.95 as well. So I couldn't pass this one up. Amazing Spider-Man 307, really nice condition. This is a new origin of the Chameleon, and his powers kind of change. It also has this crazy cover. I remember seeing this as a kid, and that's what drew me to McFarlane and everything. Just how it just looked fresher. There was something about what he was doing as Spider-Man at the time, and even what he did to the Hulk, where he was just he just ran wild, and the way he drew the webs and everything, and then just this creepy the face on a Spider-Man, on the the eyes are just normal, with the mouth, it's kind of creepy, especially with the little kind of strange skull nose, and these fingers are all kinds of crazy looking. So I always loved this cover, and I'm glad I grabbed another one. And then this one, glad I grabbed this, and this was at an amazing price. So it was only $19.95. It's in near mint, and like I said, I had the coupon, so it brought it down even more. This is first appearance. This is Amazing Spider-Man 265, first appearance of the Silver Sable. I was blown away by this. I mean, $19.95 is, even without the coupons, an amazing price on this book, especially near mint condition. On average, this book, these type of books have waves and flow, but on average, this is still a $50 book. It could. There's people who are going to try to sell this for 100. When Marvel brings in Sony, Marvel, whatever, finally brings Silver Sable in, this book will blow up. That's just a fact. Will stay blown up? Probably not. It'll blow up. There'll be hype and all that. So yeah, I mean, this was a great haul. Like I said, I found lots of awesome books, just fun stuff that like for like crazy cheap prices. Let me find that last one, because that one blew my mind a little bit. Oh, where is it? Where are you? Oh, here we go. Whoop. Yeah, just getting that for like $2 is crazy. And I know somebody on YouTube has a comic cult channel saying, I found this for $1 at a flea market. And good for them. Well, I found it for $2, and I think that's not too bad. So yeah, if you like what you see, smash that like button. If you have any questions on what you see, leave a comment. Ask a question, whatever, say hi. And if you like these videos and you want to see more, smash that bell, hit that subscription button, become part of the You Love Comic Books conversation. Check out the links for my eBay and for my Instagram. You're going to see in the captions of all my videos, you're going to see the previous video here, a previous video here. You're going to smash that subscription button. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.